Hello everybody, and welcome to another video from singleboard.com. Today I'm going to be doing several different things on the Raspberry Pi at the same time, but the main thing we're going to be doing today is showing you how to set up the 7-zip benchmark command. I'm going to be recording this both with single screen recorder and with ASCII NEMA. So you can see on the screen right now I have ASCII NEMA all set. I'm going to hit enter and do record. It is now recording the actual screencast that I'll be doing for ASCII NEMA at this point. So that's all set from there. Now, for installing the 7-zip benchmark, there's two different ways to wind up installing 7-zip on your system. The first thing you do is click up here on the Raspberry, go down to Preferences, Add Remove Software, click on that. It's going to wind up bringing up your window as normal for searching for your software. And in here you're going to type P7zip. Oops. Hit P7zip and the software will be searched for on the Raspberry Pi repositories. It'll come up with it. I've already installed it on my system, so you'll see that there'll be a box checked for it. I'll show you that here momentarily. You will check that box, click Apply, and then click OK, and it'll actually install it on your system if you wish to do it through the GUI. The P7zip is right there. So you would click Apply and OK, and it would install the software on your system. The second way to do it is actually from the command line. If you want to do it from the command line, if you don't have a GUI, you would wind up putting in sudo apt-get install P7zip. Put that in, hit enter, it'll go and actually fetch the software for you. I already have the newest version, but if you didn't, or if you're just fresh installing it, install it on the system like we're showing now, and you would wind up having everything in place to do the actual 7-zip benchmark. Once it's been installed, then you're all set to start doing the actual benchmarks at this point. Now, the benchmarks we're going to be doing today test the actual CPU. There's a lot of information online that people are showing doing this. It gives you a very good CPU test that you can compare against other single board computers and other full-blown computers that are out there. So I'm putting everything here again into ASCII NEMA, and you can wind up seeing that when I hit enter over here, looking on the screen on the right hand side, you can see that I have Conky installed that I installed last week, and you can see that all of the actual cores are being tested as this does this test. So you can see all the cores are actually being stress tested out. The way I have Conky installed is actually showing the temperature of the CPU, memory usage, all kinds of great information on here. If you haven't installed Conky at this point, it's something that I really suggest that you can play with. There's a lot of different terminal programs out there and a lot of different ways to do it, but I found this one the most enjoyable so far, as I can have, as you see on the screen right now, ASCII NEMA running, I have my Conky running, and I have Simple Screen Recorder in the background doing the tests. So everything is just working flawlessly here on the Raspberry Pi. It makes it a great platform for trying to compare other things against, because everybody's always trying to beat the Raspberry Pi. And I'll show you in future weeks here, I'll be running some of the other competitor boards that are out there. Then some of them work better, but they cost a lot more money. And I just can't see spending that much more money if I can be patient and get the same kind of use out of the Raspberry Pi. So as you can see, it's actually going through the tests here on the screen with ASCII NEMA and my terminal program that's up on here. You can see the CPU frequency, the actual RAM usage, RAM size, speed, usage, and the actual MIPS ratings. There's a lot of information with the 7-zip manual that will show you how all of this can break down to give you your final numbers on what to use as your benchmark for both compressing and uncompressing. I'm going to have a lot more information up on the website for those that are looking for greater details of how this is going, but I wanted to do this screencast this way so you could see everything that was going on. I think it's more beneficial that way. When it finishes up, you can actually see your average times, and everything's all good for the test on there. So the next one I'm going to wind up doing is doing the exact same test for those that wish to keep this information. So what we're going to wind up doing is I'm going to paste it right here into the terminal window. You can see that I'm doing the same test again, but I'm going to be running it to an actual file that we will save on the computer here, so we can take a look at those results. So this test again is going to take just about 75 seconds, like the last test, the same exact test. It's just coming out to an actual text file. And then you can take that text file, attach it to an email, put it up on forums or whatever you want, to your favorite websites, or just save it for your own data, because the text files are easy to manipulate. But you can have all of this information at your disposal. And that's the whole purpose of me having the websites up here, to teach you simple ways to do this that works well for, hopefully, you. I find this works very well for me. So again, let's look back up here at the actual Conky background, and you can see that all the cores are tested, CPU usage is full, memory's not getting used that much, because this is not a memory test as much as a CPU test for what's going on in here. And I think it's very beneficial and shows very well just the fact that all the cores are working. So a lot of people can say stuff works in the background, but Conky can show you that it's actually proven at the same time. Gotta love coffee, or tea, depending on where you're at. When this test is finished here, we will be putting in a command, the actual cat command, to be able to read the output of this file. So you would be able to see the actual text, just like I showed you in the first one. It'll actually come up and you're going to read the text file so you can have it and share any way you want to see fit. Should be almost finished. And I'm trying to get everything all set up. There are more thorough tests, multiple tests. Some of the tests you can run the command back to back. Again, I'll have that up on the website for giving you your average of all your tests. I show an example where you can run the test twice, and another one where you can run it 30 times to give you a really good example. And here is the actual command file to wind up reading your actual benchmark stuff that's there. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of information on what you can do to play around with your Raspberry Pi. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the little bell for future notifications. Please subscribe to the Facebook page, and also take a look at the website. I try and keep good information posted on all three. I thank you for coming by, singleboard.com, and I will catch you next time.